welcome to SMPTE. We're here with Ramon Breton, who is a Hollywood section manager. Is that right?
That's correct.
So for SMPTE, and he's been here all week in and out of sessions and listening to presentations. And why don't we just, what have you seen that's great? What should people know about?
Sure. So this year, starting with a symposium on Monday, it's very interesting, a lot about augmented reality and AI and how that's going to inform our industry, but a lot of it was discussing how it's going to take place in the automotive sector. And so there's this big question of, well, so why, for example, is Google so interested in self-driving cars? Well, once people aren't driving anymore, what are they supposed to do in their cars? They need to be served some entertainment. They need to have something to do. So it's very interesting to see all of that and a lot of the practical applications of where that's headed.
Were they talking about just traditional screens where people are just watching more content, or is it more of an immersive kind of experience within the car?
It's a little bit of both. So there's absolutely that idea of screens on the car. And so maybe now any surface can be a screen. So the windows will be a screen. And so you can play a game, you can watch a movie. But also a lot of it is, if you think of some of the home assistants they have now, if you're heading to a dinner reservation, would you like to get flowers for the table? They'll show you some options for the flowers. You pick one, okay, we'll go ahead and order those flowers. They'll be at the table when you arrive, that kind of thing as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So a lot of opportunity for the industry going forward in creating all of that content.
Exactly, creating it and testing it.
Very cool.
Yes.
Any other panels stick out with you?
Another one that was impressive was discussing virtual reality and how there's a new MPEG standard, MPEG-I, which is specifically for immersive entertainment. Found that very interesting because I do think that virtual reality and augmented reality, we need standards around that, and that's what SMPTE is, a standards organization.
Yes.
That was interesting. And another one for me personally that was interesting was some panels today on diversity and inclusion, because it's just a very important topic to try and make SMPTE and the entertainment technology industry as a whole more diverse.
Absolutely. And Monday they had the Women in Technology lunch, which was fantastic, and it was really inspiring. And Ramon, now you were involved in Career Day here in the Hollywood chapter. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So that is, it's really the brainchild of Jim DeFilippis, our chair, and then also Brian Gaffney, who's a fellow manager for the Hollywood section, and myself. And the idea behind that is, it kind of goes along with what we were saying with diversifying SMPTE. So it's trying to get the average age of SMPTE down a little bit, and going out to colleges and reaching out to students and saying, here's this great organization that is involved in standards making, it's involved in education, and there's a lot it can offer you. So we can offer students a great place for networking to help find a job. We can offer free meetings. Our meetings are always free. And student membership is actually free for the first year. So just going out to get that message out is a good thing.
So what goes on at these career days? Is it sort of telling people how to interview or how to get their reel to people? What goes on? It's
a little less of a job fair and more of a place to empower the students with resources to see examples. So for example, we'll have some of the YEPs, the HPA Young Entertainment Professionals, and they'll come and speak, and they'll show their journey of how they went from student to professional. Like what did they have to do to get a job? And so it's a little bit of showing by example.
Right.
But then we'll also have some very dynamic speakers who show that entertainment technology is not just color science and video science and things that SMPTE has traditionally been, but it's also a lot of software engineering, and it's virtual reality, and it's augmented reality, and it's a lot of these fields that maybe students who are in STEM fields think they're going to go and work for a Silicon Valley company. They may say, hey, I can apply my coding skills to the Hollywood industry, and that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's great. How long has Career Day been happening?
Career Day, I'm not sure about in the past, but last year was the first one since we've started it up again, and we're doing it again this year.
Fantastic, okay. And your day job, can you tell us a little bit about Third Eye?
Sure. So I'm the Chief Technology Officer at Third Eye, and we're a quality control company. We've been around in the pre-DVD era, and what we do is we look at masters, whether that be a file, a tape, or DVD, whatever it's been historically. These days, as you imagine, it's all files.
Yes.
And we comment on the quality and make sure that there are no impairments that are going to distract from the user experience.
Where in the process are you getting the content to QC?
So, like for example, if we work with Netflix or Hulu or Showtime on their original content, we'll receive the file when post-production is basically done with it. The facility is done editing, finishing, everything is done, and then we will look at that file, and if there are any impairments, we'll issue a report, and the facility will fix those impairments, and then the content owners, Netflix, Hulu, whoever it may be, will actually comment and say, yes, this is important, no, it's not important. So it's that just before it goes across the finishing line.
Okay,
is
and
where we tend to
what
see
would be
that.
an example of an impairment that might need to be fixed?
Sure. It could be anything from a technical issue where there's something that would look like a video or audio glitch to something more like a boom shadow is visible, or you can see gaffer's tape on the floor. Things that traditionally in the past would have been very difficult to fix at that late stage, but these days, of course, it's very easy to just go in and paint those things out.
And what is a typical turnaround for something like that?
We typically work on a master file in a day.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Very, very fast.
Very fast,
Yeah.
yes. We have these operators who've been doing it a long time, and they're used to going into a dark room. They're very unique personalities, and they see things that I don't know how they see. And at the end of the day, they come out with a report full of interesting issues.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Ramon, thanks for stopping by, and it was really nice to meet you.
You as well. Thanks for having me.
Take care.
Thank you.